What's up, guys? This is David Core from the Steelers Sanctuary Podcast with your Week 5 fantasy football advice. Sorry, I'm a little late this week, guys. I've had some medical issues I've been dealing with, but let's forget about that. Week 5, let's see, QB. So I got Teddy Bridgewater rostered at 12%, projected for 17-plus points in 4-point TD leagues and 20-plus points in 6-point TD leagues. Against a Jets D allowing 11 most points to QB. So that's something I would take a strong look at. The other one's Gina Smith, 30-plus points last game, but tougher test this week, but definitely someone to save for some games after this one, especially against Arizona and against the Chargers. Moving on, running back. I got Brian Robinson Jr., guys, 60% rostered, so he's still out there in a lot of leagues. He's back. He's supposed to be the lead back for Washington before he got shot. They officially took him off IR, and Rivera said that he could be used this weekend. So he's one I would look to add for sure. Because he's going to be a lead back once completely healthy. Another one is Mike Boone for Denver, which I think they play tonight. So if you're going to snag him now. Because he's 36% rostered. That's it. He's taking Javonte Williams' spot. He came in that last game, had 3 rushes right off the bat for 20 yards, had a 9-yard reception, 3 targets already, just filling in. So him and Melvin Gordon will be platooned together, but, I mean, they're going against Indy, who's 14th in points to running backs. So that's a guy that I would definitely maybe scoop up. Dude looks like a speedster. He might be a nice little snag you get right now off the waiver wire. Wide receiver Josh Reynolds, 25% rostered. He's got 12, 15, and 21 points in his last 3 games in PPR leagues. He's facing a Pats D's middle of the pack, ranked 17th to wide receivers in points. Another guy I'd look at is Corey Davis, 45% rostered, has 18 points last week against Pittsburgh. He's at home facing a Miami D that's 6th in points to wide receivers. This is a guy I would go and grab. He did okay, Tennessee. At times he's supposed to be the number 1 wide receiver, but now it's looking like he's starting to put up some points with the Jets. So, hey, I'd give him a shot. Tight ends, man, this is not a very deep tight end group, but I dug down and found Ali Cox, 8% rostered. He had 26 points in PPR leagues last week with 2 TDs and 85 yards. He's facing a Denver D, 13th in points to tight ends. So if you are dying for a tight end, like really bad for this week, he's a guy I'd give a look to. Another one is Will Disley, 11% rostered. He has 12 and 13 points in his last 2 games in PPR leagues. He's had 3 TDs in 4 games. He's got a tough matchup this week, but he's also someone you could stash for the next game or 2 games down the road because I think he's got some easy matchups coming up as well. Defense, Jags, 65% rostered. Still had 9 points last 2 weeks against Philly and Chargers offenses. They still had 9 points each. They're 5th in fantasy in defense in general. I don't even know how they're on the waiver, to be honest with you. They should not be on the waiver, but only 65% rostered, so they're out there in some of these leagues. I'd go pick them up right now. Another one, I'd go Miami's defense. The roster 34% in leagues. They're facing a Jets offense, 9th in points to defenses. Miami has had 10 days to prepare for them. The Jets O-line is depleted, so I expect a lot of sacks out of Miami's D. Let's see, kickers, Brett Maher, 32% rostered. I said to grab him this week. I'm saying grab him this week. He's 3rd in points for all kickers. 16 points last week facing a Rams defense. It's going to be 15th in points to kickers. So middle of the pack, it's a great match for him. Jason Myers is another one I'm looking at, 2% rostered. That's it, facing a Saints team, number 1 in points to kickers. He put up 14 points last week against a Detroit team that's 22nd in points to kickers. Now he's facing the number 1 team in points to kickers. Go grab him. Remember, I told you guys about that other kid from Chargers. I told you to give him a shot, and now that kid is the most added kicker right now in fantasy leagues. So that's what I got for you right now. Guys I hit on last week was J.D. McKissick. He had a projection, I think, of 7. He hit like 9. Tennessee doubled their projection to defense. They were projected 5 points. They hit 10 points. Gano, kicker for the Giants, he was projected 7, got 10. And then Meyer projected 8, got 16 points. So those were the hits for me last week. But all right, guys, that's what I got for you. Good luck this week. Like I said, if you got anybody that I mentioned that's playing tonight, Thursday, go grab them right now. All right, guys, I'm out.